Altuve, right field, back there. Betts at the track. He leaps, and it is out. It's off a fan. No, they're saying off of Betts. It is in play. They may be calling it interference. I'm trying to get a read on the right field umpire here. Joe West made a couple of calls.
One, it was an amazing leap by Mookie Betts. We're going to see whether it hit in his glove or it hit a fan's hand. That will be the big issue. Mookie with the jump, he had it measured. It looked like he was going to catch it, and he gets stopped from catching it from the hand of the fan. The fan closed his glove, closed Mookie Betts' glove prematurely because it pushed up against the leather.
The call from Joe West, the crew chief, right away stuck his arm up in the air as if to say home run, but then started pointing at his wrist. If a spectator interference clearly prevents a fielder from catching a fly ball, the umpire can declare the batter out. And I think at the end of all of that on the field, Joe West raised his thumb. I'm trying to make all of this out quickly, but there was a signal to the fan. There was a tap on his wrist. Then there was an out call as we take a look at this replay review powered by Mytel.
In my opinion, Mookie Betts, was going to catch this baseball. As he went up for it, he had it measured, watched the fan's hand close the leather of his glove prematurely. His glove is exactly where the ball is. I don't know if he'd hold on to it, but he was in the proper vicinity.
Falls under the jurisdiction of intentional interference by a fan.
That wall is only 7 feet tall there. It's one of the parts of this ballpark that you always have an issue. See, Mookie's saying, he closed my glove.
Closed my gloves. So what's important here is what the call on the field was. And just based on the hand signals by Joe West, it is out. It is an out.
Yes.
I'm meaning a called out on the fan interference. I believe it was a little odd. And I know there's a lot going on. Joe ran through about 3 signals all at once. You're trying to establish a ruling on the field first, then you go to replay to either overturn or confirm the call, or the call could stand, I suppose.
It was not the most convincing of calls.
Well, it's a tough call for him, no question. I give him credit for at least initially tapping on his palm, talking about the umpire now as if you knew there was some kind of interference at that point. And now you try to determine, was it still in the field of play? Is Betts leaping over above and out into the fan area, meaning to say not a Jeffrey Mayer situation here? A fan, did he reach out over the fence into the field of play? These are all up for debate right now, and what they are looking at in Chelsea, New York at the replay center.
Mookie is such an amazing athlete. He got so incredibly high and so deep that his glove might have been in the first row of play. Did they reach over that yellow line into the field of play, or is Mookie over the field of play into the stands?
Now that's the
question.
Alex Cora saw it right away, as did Carlos Febles. Betts was pleading his case.
This is the toughest call they'll ever have in Chelsea.
It's a tough one. It is, because Jose Altuve is looking at a potential 2-run home run here. So the rule states if a spectator reaches out onto the playing field side of a fence to prevent a fielder from catching a ball, batsman should be called out. And out is the call. Wow. Wow. Boy, does this game ever start with some controversy. That is a tough call to make. by an umpire.
And you know, AJ is arguing that the ball was out of the field to play, that it was a home run, that Betts' glove was in the first row. Of course, Betts and the Red Sox think differently. As far as inventory is concerned, for AJ Hinch and the Astros, George Springer goes back to first.
So Josh James is on the mound. Rafael Devers will bat. And James, his first bullet from the bullpen is 101. Welcome to the game, Josh.
He's a great story, Brian. You'll get into it later. But as far as stuff is concerned, throws 100+ as you saw there, and has an outstanding changeup. That's why he was brought in to face the left-handed Devers.
And Devers starting that swing early, comes up empty. Another triple-digit fastball by James. Isn't it funny that Alex Cora told us before the series, comparing Devers to Nunez, that we like Nunez over Devers with high velocity. But the one thing you think about with Devers is him turning around Aroldis Chapman last year on a triple-digit fastball as a rookie.
102. There's never been more high velocity arms in the game than there is today.
Devers had a base hit against James. Game 2 of this ALCS. That came in the 8th inning as Boston was adding on. And he fouls that one away. Was late. Another one at 102.
Wow. You have to be careful if you're James. It's a good idea to throw a changeup here, but it's got to be in the dirt. Only because Devers has been so late, you'll only speed up your bat if you throw a changeup for a strike.
James was a pitcher first with low velocity on the fastball. Had to use his breaking stuff, his changeup. Kind of worked on the craft of pitching, then developed that big fastball. A huge spike in the fastball and a strikeout. He goes back to the heat. Yeah, Nolan Ryan, the Ryan Express. He likes that. Kemp is part of the process for AJ Hinch with Bregman leading off. So you get Bregman out of a spot where he's not protected. You got Springer behind him, and then he likes Kemp. He feels like he's a high on base percentage batter. He sees a lot of pitches, hoping for a runner on when Bregman comes up to minimize the opportunities. He's turning on this one. That's got a chance down the line. It is a fair ball and a home run, and the Astros lead. Tony Kemp goes deep. First career postseason home run for Tony Kemp. Another little guy in this Astros lineup with some pop. And the Stros are ahead 4-3. And now it's Bregman. Porcello will stay.
Kemp just gets a little cutter, slider, not a good pitch by Porcello. Just keeps it fair and just drops it over the fence.
325 feet down that right field line. Tony Kemp, who had 6 home runs in the regular season, has his first career postseason homer. Porcello gets ahead of Bregman 0-2.
That call in the first inning against Jose Altuve could have knocked this Astros team out. Instead, it's woke him up.
Jackie Bradley Jr., who has walked twice, drew a walk off of James in the 4th inning. 7 2-out RBIs in the last 2 games for Jackie Bradley Jr. Bases loaded clearing double and a grand slam last night. And a high drive way back. Jackie Bradley Jr. sends it out of here, and Boston is back on top. A majestic home run for JBJ. How about 9 2-out RBIs in his last 3 games, and the Red Sox are in the lead.
Almost out of the inning with a great catch by Springer. He doesn't, and with not a lot left in the tank for Josh James, despite pitching so well, he gives up the 2-run bomb to Bradley.
Has he ever made his hits count? He has 3 hits in this ALCS. He has 9 runs batted in. Boston back in the lead, 6-5. First out of the inning. Another broken bat. Foul territory. Pierce is over near the dugout, and down he goes. Oh my goodness, what a crash. And Pierce springs to his feet, thank goodness, and right onto the bench over the railing. Oh,
well, he just sold out. He figured he was going to give everything he could to try to come up with that. There was a day when people in the dugout would try to stand there to try to help you not fall into the dugout, but not the case here.
Verlander up for Houston tomorrow. There's a first pitch swing and a base hit by Kemp. And he's thinking about 2, and he's on his way. Betts his throw to second. The tag. He is out at second. What a throw. And what a mistake by Tony Kemp. Cannot get thrown out to start an inning down 3.
Just sometimes you don't realize how good this outfield for the Red Sox. They can go get it. When it's a base hit, they can go get it and throw it. And it needed a perfect throw to get Kemp at second base. And that's what Betts delivered.
Wow. Absolute cannon. That had no gravity on that ball. No hump. Straight shot. In the American League, the likely MVP in the American League. He can deliver a big punch. Mookie Betts with 2 of the 10 grand slams this year in the regular season. In the air, right center field, and it is a dive, and it is a catch by Reddick. Whoa, what a play. Josh Reddick, the Gold Glover, could be a game saver. Now we'll see if the Astros have a rally in them. What a great catch. Put a star on that one.
Wow.
Or as Milo Hamilton would say, holy Toledo. To the bottom of the 9th. What's your confidence level if you're in Red Sox Nation right now? Kimbrel on the mound. David Price in the bullpen in case Kimbrel cannot finish this off. It's a 2-run lead. Could have been a 4-run lead if Reddick doesn't make that play. Yuli Gurriel will start it. Defensive changes for Boston. We will get to. Brock Holt ends up at third base. And Ian Kinsler at second base. So Devers is out. We go Holt, Bogarts, Kinsler, and Pierce around the horn. The 0-1 in the air. Scraping the roof up there. Foul territory. Kinsler makes a basket catch. Heck of a play.
Right off the bat, tested the veteran.
And a big out for Craig Kimbrel. Out number 1 here in the 9th inning.
Look at Mookie. He's yelling, I got it. But the basket catch by Kinsler.
Players will tell you that pop-ups, fly balls are difficult here with the changing of that roof, that retractable roof. Changing of colors. It's not that dark sky up above. Nice play by Ian Kinsler. Out number 1. Here comes Reddick now. Astros need 1 base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Boston has left 11 men on base, scoring 8 runs on 11 hits. Astros 6 runs on 13 hits. They've stranded 10. An endurance challenge here tonight. Reddick, if he doesn't make this play, it's probably lights out. Would have been a 4-run lead.
At least 2, maybe 3 with Bradley Jr. running at first base.
Yeah, good point. It's a great play. A ball and a strike. And it's 2-1. Dangerous bat next in Carlos Correa.
Hot bat tonight.
3 hits, including a double. He's driven in 2 runs. Had run producing singles in the 2nd and the 5th. That's the guy the Astros want at the plate with a man on. David Price is back on top of the bullpen mound. If you're looking down the lineup here, is there a matchup for Price if this is not a tie game? You know, that's the curiosity here. When would he use him? How would he use him? And the fact he's thrown so much in the bullpen probably means they won't use him tomorrow.
That's right. I mean, especially the way he's thrown right now. I mean, that's full bore.
3 balls and a strike. Kimbrel deals, and it's ball 4. And the Astros will bring the tying run to the plate. Kimbrel just cannot lock it down.
Got to be able to challenge him here. It's just command has not been what we've seen in the past. 2-run lead. You got to challenge that hitter. He wasn't able to.
Remember, McCann is due next after they pinch hit for Maldonado back in the 7th inning with White. McCann took that spot. On the lineup card, you have back-to-back lefties, McCann and Tony Kemp. Missed with a breaking ball. Kimbrel has been flirting with disaster this entire postseason.
Considering what happened in the 1st inning on the Altuve disputed home run, makes sense that this is a 2-run game.
Started with fireworks and controversy. And 4.5 hours later, it's coming right down to it. And Correa is ahead in the count, 2-0. During the top of the 9th, Red Sox loaded the bases. Kimbrel sat for 20 minutes of real time.
You can find every excuse in the world right now not to perform. You just have to.
Here's a big pitch. Hitters count. 2-0. Correa took a lash at it, fouls it away, and it's 2-1.
Correa's asking the home plate umpire, Mark Carlson, was that a strike? Carlson said yes. Remember, Correa has coast-to-coast power. That home run he hit in the division series versus Cleveland was to right center field.
Yeah, that came on a 3-0 pitch. And a 3-run homer. It's been his lone home run in this postseason. Kimbrel deals, and that one missed. Just above the strike zone at 97. Now it's 3-1 on Correa.
Again, wanted that outside. It ends up and in.
Kimbrel is a base runner away, allowing a base runner from putting his manager in a very tough spot in a huge decision with McCann waiting next. And lefty on the card. Still have Evan Gattis, a right-handed bat, awaiting. And that's a breaking ball. It misses, and Kimbrel has walked back-to-back hitters. The Astros are alive and well here in the 9th. 2 on, 1 out. Lefty in the pen. Lefty coming up.
Who would know Craig Kimbrel better than Brian McCann?
Battery mates in Atlanta. He's homered off of Kimbrel in his career. His only hit.
Kimbrel's been behind the last 2 hitters. Does McCann guess along with him? And does Kimbrel try to get ahead of him with a fastball?
Tying run is on. McCann is the potential winning run. And a spinner in there for a strike. Finally able to land that breaking ball. See how the Red Sox set up defensively with first and second can't go on the full shift with 3 infielders on the right. A double play would end this game. Kimbrel deals, McCann in the air, right field. And Betts will settle under it just shy of the track. There is out number 2. Tagging is Reddick. And Kimbrel is an out away from securing the 3rd win. And Alex Cora is on his way to the mound.
That is 3 times now. Sanchez at Yankee Stadium, Bregman at Fenway Park, and McCann just missed that curveball.
Not a pitching change. This is a discussion with the infielders, maybe signs, maybe a breather for Kimbrel. It's all coming down to this last hitter, and it will be Tony Kemp.
I think, Brian, they had to have some discussion with the infielders about how they're going to defense this with Correa on first base, first and third. You cannot allow that tying run to get to second base.
Leon is a terrific throwing catcher, an excellent defender behind the plate for Boston.
Boston's middle infielders, though, are so far off second base. I don't know who could get over there to cover. Kinsler's telling Bogarts, it's yours.
Tony Kemp had a single off Kimbrel last inning. That's how it started. And then was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Kimbrel has gone once around the order. He's given up 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. 5 of the 9 have reached. He's given up 1 run. Tying run at first. Kemp. And it's a block by Leon. And did he go there? I did not see a check. They did. Yep, he called it at the plate. Didn't bother to check. Here's that throw by Betts. After the single from Kemp, Kimbrel's first batter faced.
So a chance for redemption for Kemp.
So the count is 1-1. Kimbrel deals. 2 balls and a strike. Well, it's a pretty good bet that Tony Kemp is going to get something to hit. because standing on deck is Alex Bregman, and that would be the last guy that Kimbrel wants to face. Knows he has to throw a strike. Correa carries the tying run at first, and it is a ball. It is 3-1.
It's almost like his control of his breaking ball is better than his fastball. And neither are great.
Chris Burke threw out the first pitch tonight. Hit a memorable home run, a walk-off here in a playoff game in 05. Tony Kemp at the plate. 3-1 pitch and a strike called right on the edge. It's 3-2.
Can't throw a better pitch. Splits the corner on the 3-1 count.
With the 3-2 count and 2 outs, Correa will be off with the pitch. The tying run will get a head start at first base. Astros down to their last strike. The 3-2, Correa goes. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Bregman is coming up.
This has been a bases loaded postseason for the Red Sox. This is the Astros' chance.
A base hit could tie it. Runners will be off with a crack of the bat with 2 outs. Kimbrel deals. Bregman in the air, left field. Benintendi dives, and he makes the catch. Oh, what a play! Game saver, Andrew Benintendi. The Red Sox win on a spectacular catch by Benintendi in left field. Wow, what a game. What a finish. The guts it takes to make that play. If it gets by him, it's over.
Game's over. Outfield defense in the 8th and in the 9th. Mookie Betts in the 8th with the throw, and Benintendi in the 9th, picking this ball just off the turf, off the bat of Bregman.
As gutsy of a play and a decision as you can have, with it all on the line. Andrew Benintendi, this dynamic Red Sox outfield. And Craig Kimbrel avoids disaster again. Bregman was oh so close to becoming the hero again. My goodness.
Chris Sale said the outfield for the Boston Red Sox makes you feel like there's 4 of them out there. There seemed like it tonight.
It was a long struggle, but the Red Sox are now up 3-1 in this series as we send it down to Lauren Shahadi.
Jackie, you're watching Benintendi that last play. What are you thinking?
Gosh, don't let it get by him. He made an amazing play. You have to have trust in him. He knows what he's doing out there.
All your RBIs this series have come with 2 outs. What makes you so good in those spots?
Guess just trying to stay within myself, see a good pitch to, swing at, and make solid contact.
1 win away from a World Series. How do you get there?
Win 1 more. That's it. That's all it is. That's our main focus, whatever it takes.
Plain and simple. Thanks so much.
Yeah, well, thank you.
BA.
Yeah, well, and if Boston does win this series, you're probably looking at the MVP there in Jackie Bradley Jr. But that play by Andrew Benintendi, that's an all-timer in Red Sox franchise history right there.
It just took so much guts to make that call, to make that play, and just to be so anticipating what's going to happen and to rob Bregman there of that base hit.
It's a Red Sox version of the Killer Bees. Benintendi's glove, Bradley's bat, and Betts' arm. And it leads to a win as they go crazy in that Boston bullpen. David Price, he was ready. But Alex Cora lets it ride with Kimbrel. And Benintendi makes the play of the postseason. What a play. What a game. 4 hours, 33 minutes.